We talked about the spiritual divorce, and I think I'm ready.
I love that you're doing this, Janelle.
I got another one of those emails from some woman asking sort of like to get to know us for the purpose of joining the family.
Steez, guess what? Sister Wives is coming back. I thought it was over. I swear, I thought it was over. But apparently, season 20 is starting on September 28th, 3 days after Kody appears on Special Forces. In a world where we can't have what we want, which is Kody Brown off television, he will be on 2 shows, on 2 networks, on 2 separate days this fall. Please, somebody get me a stiff drink. I can't. You guys, I can't. But the new trailer dropped for season 20. And listen, we know that this show has been relatively fraudulent for years, right? We know that they lied for a very long time, or at least Kody and Robyn did. And it would appear that some of them are being more honest, at least what they want to share. And others of them are being more, let's go on a tour of redemption. And in this season, Kody is going to try to what appears to woo back some of these ladies. I don't know if it's wooing back or if it's apologizing so he can save his image, but bear with me, friends, because they're going to all be in the same room. Well, at least somewhat. He's going to have dinner with each one of them to talk to them about what went on. It's bananas.
You and Kody could hang out.
Yeah.
We talked about the spiritual divorce, and I think I'm ready.
I love that you're doing this, Janelle.
I got another one of those emails from some woman asking sort of like to get to know us for the purpose of joining the family.
All right. So Kody is on the hunt for new wives, apparently. And let me just read to you what the synopsis for this season is. And to be clear, he does go on a redemption tour and he's trying to like make amends, but this is also around the same time that they are trying to settle Coyote Pass. So a part of me just wonders if he was doing that so that he could save his money and maybe con them to give him what he wants. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Kody never has the right intentions ever. Coyote Pass already sold. Y'all know that. I mean, we know how it got split, and it eventually got sort of split fairly by essentially 4, even though Kody and Robyn are one unit. He's treating Robyn not like a wife, but as just like an individual. But it says the Browns are back and more emotionally raw than ever. In the wake of multiple breakups, the family faces major turning points. Meri dips her toe into dating with an awkward but promising speed dating event, while Janelle takes steps toward a spiritual divorce after a freeing trip to New Orleans. Christine and David are settling into married life, but Christine is shaken when her kids begin moving to North Carolina near Janelle, sparking jealousy and hurt. We know that McKelty moved to North Carolina. Recently, there's been Peyton in North Carolina quite a bit, so I wonder if Peyton moved to North Carolina too. I don't know. Kody continues to struggle with the aftermath of his fractured family, haunted by painful memories in the home he shared with Robyn. He wants to move again and start fresh, but healing won't come easy. In an effort to make peace, Kody meets one-on-one with his ex-wives to offer long overdue apologies. Meanwhile, Robyn clings to her belief in plural marriage, even as Kody questions its future and entertains attention from women online asking to be his new wife. The season dives deep into the Browns' efforts to rebuild their lives both separately and together. From awkward first dates to emotional confrontations, Sister Wives explores whether this once unified family can finally move forward without the bitterness and blame that's defined them for so long. I was totally on board with that synopsis until they said bitterness and blame, because whenever I hear the word bitterness, I always think of Michelle Duggar, and it just feels like a word that's couched in fundamentalism when someone can't get over that they've been abused. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're just bitter, but whatever. But here's the thing. Christine jealous that her kids are moving to North Carolina to be close to Janelle. Why would she be jealous? That is so weird. And by the way, McKelty and Tony didn't move to North Carolina to be near her. They just moved there because Tony got an opportunity there. But who's the other kid that moved there? Isabel lives in Utah. Gwendolyn and Bia live in Arizona. Aspen lives in Utah. The only other person I don't know about is Peyton. Honestly, I don't know. He's been seen in photos with Janelle, and he's always been really close to Janelle. But I wonder why she would be hurt about that. That's just kind of odd. And then obviously Kody is going to entertain women online. I told you guys that even though Kody says he's done with polygamy, I don't believe it because Kody has had so many women in his life for such a long time fighting over him that I can't understand or believe that he would be remotely satisfied just being at home with Robyn because he needs more like praise and accolades and attention. But who the hell are these women that would want to join that maniac's family? That's bizarre. So here's more of the season trailer.
Kody called. He said that somebody wants a couple pieces of the property. Does your money ever go into his hands? It better not go through his hands.
We're going to close on Kody Pass soon.
This is bull. I'm not selling this land until everything is perfectly fair. We do this the right way. Sorry.
Standoff at the Coyote Pass final showdown.
Here's what I think is odd. We already know how this whole Coyote Pass split happened, right? And we know that Robyn was literally the last one to sign on the dotted line. And she was the one dragging her feet, nobody else. They agreed and they split it. Janelle signed a warranty deed, like they did all the deed transfers. They put everyone and transferred everyone's name across the board. So basically, every single person would walk away with 25% of the proceeds. Kody and Robyn together would get 50 because they're married, but they're also two separate people. And I guess he's treating Robyn like her own individual. So in that respect, what I find weird is she's acting like she's the one that was trying to make things fair, but at the same time, she was the last one to sign anything. Like Meri and Janelle signed months before Robyn, and Robyn dragged her feet and dragged her feet and dragged her feet for a long time. And then finally, at the last minute, when she was forced to sign because the property was selling, then she signed off on the transfers. But she's the one that held it up, no one else. So I think it's funny, like, what does she mean by fair? Fair for her or fair for the other wives? Who wants to bet that she wanted more than 50%? I don't know.
I would love healing with Meri. I would love healing with Janelle. I would love healing with Christine.
I don't want to talk to Kody ever again.
How much longer until you just realize that he's an ass?
He wants to see me. I really want to tell him that we'll never be friends.
I wanted to apologize with all my heart.
The timing of him doing this, it bothers me to my core because it coincides with the fact that Christine at that time was fighting him for child custody and child support for Truly. So he has an incentive to try to woo her to like get her on his side to possibly drop the case or to mediate so that he doesn't have to pay, right? And the same thing with Coyote Pass. They're fighting over the division. And if he can get them on his side, it's like, I don't have to give up my money. That's what I think it comes down to. But I don't know. Kody is so driven by money that I feel like that's the only thing he would care about for why he would be doing this, other than it's for television, because I don't know. Christine doesn't want to talk to him. She has to, though. They have a minor child together, at least for another couple of years. So that's inevitable. I guess she doesn't really have to talk to him, but she should if they're going to coordinate about Truly, unless he doesn't see Truly. I really don't know. Regardless, I just find it odd. And Jen made a point of, when are you just going to get to a point where you just realize that he's an asshole? Which to me kind of explains how Meri always is back and forth on social media about what she says about Kody. One minute she hates him, the next minute she's like defending him, and the next minute she hates him again, and the next minute she's sticking up for him. It's like she says she's over him, but then she's not.
I said I didn't love you. That wasn't true.
Is there any part of you that would ever go back to Kody?
I'm not trying to make us back together in any way, Meri.
We are never, ever, ever getting back together.
Listen, I have this wife. Her name is Robyn, and she would never let me do anything naughty. Bad as I want to do it.
Kody has said on the tell-alls that he is done with polygamy. And yet that last clip is him, same time period, wearing the same clothes as when he told Robyn that another woman reached out to him and wanted to be a part of his family. We know from the synopsis he's online entertaining women, meaning he could be in chats, he could be on websites for, Sister Wives. You know what I mean? There's like actual pages and dating apps you can go on to find women that want to be in your family. He could be trying to work with his church again. I don't know. But the fact that he's online entertaining women that want to join his family, and then he's all, my wife won't let me be naughty. Robyn's the one that was begging him to be in plural marriage, but then she also is on the same side as, well, I would need to know for sure it's going to work for me to ever do that again. Okay, Robyn. You're looking for a payday. You're probably looking for a way to keep the show. But either way, I just don't see Kody satisfied with just Robyn. I mean, she's just so boring. So boring. Cody's not I don't know. He just needs so much attention. I can't see him being satisfied with Robyn after spending 30 plus years having all these different women around him fighting for his love. But I wanted to say something about what I saw with Meri and Kody. I don't know what the hell Kody is saying to Meri, but Meri goes all Taylor Swift and she's all, we are never, ever, ever, ever getting back together. And Janelle and him are sitting down for dinner and he said, I said that I loved you and that was a lie. Okay, both of these conversations, again, happening around the time when they're trying to get through the Coyote Pass stuff, which, again, feels manipulative. I want to always give people the benefit of the doubt, but if we know anything about Kody, is like the only time he shows up is when he's trying to save his money. You know what I mean? Like, don't take me to court, don't hire a lawyer, don't fight me for what's rightfully yours. Please come, I love you. I'm so sorry. But this is why he's hovering. He's hoovering right now. So, when you have a narcissist in your life, they let you go, but then once you're gone and you're no longer the supply for them, they can't handle that the supply is gone. So he has to go back and try to like suck them back in. And like Meri has been such a huge part of his supply for so many years. And I feel like he knows that he can just say all the right things to Janelle and try to suck her back in. And remember how I said that Janelle has moved before and she has gone back to Kody? I think Kody uses that to his advantage and he thinks, oh, if I just say the right things and he does all the right things, I'll be back with Kody. I don't see any of them getting back together with Kody. I mean, I think Janelle and Meri are vulnerable to it, but I don't see either one of them getting back together with him. I mean, the only one that is 100% at this point moved on and has a marriage is Christine, and she's absolutely never getting back together with Kody. So part of me is like, is Kody really doing this for the right reasons, or is it just for a storyline? And the stuff about him going online and entertaining women, is that just for the show and just for a storyline, or is that because Kody wants to have sex with other women and he can't handle just being with Robyn and he needs more craving more attention and love? Even though last season he told Robyn he absolutely not would ever get back together or get in plural marriage. He never wanted to do it again. That's what he said last season. I will never live polygamy anymore. I find it like repulsive. I can't believe anyone would ever do that. I feel like in 5 years, I'm going to get to a point and I'm going to just find the whole situation, whatever he said, like disgusting or abhorrent. I don't remember what the adjective he used to describe polygamy, but it was not a positive one, right? And so now he's like, I'm going to go online and find women. Maybe this is why when he was on Special Forces, the women on there didn't like him because maybe he was hitting on them, for crying out loud. I mean, who knows? Knowing Kody, he cannot keep his pencil in his pocket, right? But more than any of this, it feels like, and it reeks of Kody trying desperately to cling to getting the show to stay, right? The show is called Sister Wives. How do you keep going on a show if you're not a polygamist anymore? How do you keep going if you're not going to add more women? The show was supposed to be about polygamy. Now it's just about a bunch of people that are fighting over money and child custody. It's really devolved so much from what the goal was, what the show was, right? So now it just feels like a desperate plea in a way for Kody to remain relevant and keep interest in the viewers. So my other question is Kody just like, all right, producer Chris, we're going to go and we're going to have a conversation with Janelle for filming. We're going to have a conversation with Meri for filming, and we're going to have a conversation with Christine for filming. And all of this is a contrived storyline because they realized last season when they're all separate and there's no intermingling of any of them, that it makes for terrible TV because people tune in for the drama. And last season, all they did was moved on, right? And they were not talking to each other. So now they're being forced to interact with each other, right? And yet all of this, it's like, where are your relationships with your kids, Kody? You're online looking for other women, but you still have relationships with your kids that you're not taking care of, Codester. I don't know. So tell me, are you excited about this, about getting new wives maybe, or his wooing of the exes? Or are you just like, Kody, cut your hair, you have a skullet, just shave your head, it would look better. And please, Robyn, can you go get your thyroid checked out? Is that what you were thinking? Because I kind of was while I was watching this. All right, tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed and click the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.